Hey everybody, welcome back to Scribbles with Jonathan. My name is Jonathan Rector. You can check out my website and my work at jonathanrector.com. And we're just hitting the old record button today while we're doing a little warm-up sketch. And I wanted to show you guys right from the beginning all the way to the end. It's always fun to do this kind of stuff. And we're going to do one of my favorite shows that I had while I was growing up. Besides Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers is my big thing that I was a big fan of. And so really quickly what I'm doing is just throwing a bunch of sketches out, just trying to get like a figure or a dynamic or an idea down that I'll want to take all the way to the finished piece. And again, I don't want to choose a pose or something that's too elaborate or crazy. This is supposed to be a sketch, so the simpler the better. And it's always good to do this kind of thing here. Just get your brain going. And you may have saw at the beginning of the video, there was a couple pictures of the Red Ranger that I had. And if you look over on the right in my layers, I have a folder called Ref, and that's for reference. And so it's always good, in the digital world, instead of having like Internet Explorer or whatever you use in the background with all your pictures there, you can just save them all or copy them and then just paste them into a folder in Photoshop. You can move it around. And here what I did is I picked one of the poses that I kind of liked, but some of it was a little off, like there, the arm and the perspective was a little off. So I just copied and pasted it, and I liked it. So what I figured I would do is just tighten it up a little bit more, which you can see me doing here, and just tightening up the anatomy. At this point, I'm pretty much committed to this one. But if I was doing this for a comic book or something like that, you don't always have to be committed to anything. This doesn't take too long. And you can keep messing around with this kind of thing. I also wanted to say, I feel like I keep saying I also wanted to say in a lot of these videos, I have been getting quite a bit of emails from you guys and girls out there, whether it's through YouTube or my Facebook or other things like that, asking me to do videos kind of like this, but not so rushed, and kind of talking a little bit more about what I'm doing, some of the settings I'm using, and just talking a little bit more in depth with it. And I wanted to be honest with you guys and girls, and I will say this a couple times in the future videos as well, because I can't imagine everybody's watching every single video I put out there. But I have purposely been leaving some information out. There's two real reasons for that. One is a lot of this information can be found through the book that I always talk about, which is the DC Comics Guide to Digitally Drawing Comics. A lot of the workflow that I still use was brought up by Freddie in that book, and I highly recommend that if you're thinking of going digital and you work in Photoshop. It's not necessarily a Bible, or it's not going to make you like the best, anything like that, but there is a lot of wisdom in that book, and I think it definitely deserves to be on your shelf. And the second reason, some might view it as like being shady or dishonest or something, but for a very long time, the whole reason I started getting into doing the YouTube videos was to get the community going and just kind of put out videos that I wasn't really seeing online for comic book work, and as well as just trying to give back, and also another thing too is that doing this kind of thing, I'm learning a lot just doing this stuff as well. Communicating better, trying to get my points out faster, but I'm not really doing that right now since I'm drifting on here. But ideally what I want to do are things that I would like to call, I suppose, like premium videos, where essentially it's asking you guys and girls out there to pay for a video. And I'm still debating on the pricing and stuff. I'll be honest with you guys, anything over $20 and I start to get a little hesitant. So I'm slowly in the background working on these premium videos that you'll be able to buy through my site or otherwise, like I said, anywhere from $5 to $20, and they'll be hour-long videos, maybe 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours for some of the higher end stuff, and that includes things like taking a script, comic script, and going right from actually receiving that script and what I do from there all the way to a final inked page that I would send my client or use for myself. So I know some people might look at that and say it's a little, maybe dishonest or shady or something like that. I just hope some of you can realize why I'm doing that, so that, I'll still be doing these free videos. It's just I feel if there's a way that I can, make a little scratch on the side as well to help you guys out, to give you guys something better, so that I can get something, so I can keep doing these videos. Because ideally, like the rest of you guys, I would like to not be able to do a day job. And if my day job was drawing, awesome. Anyway, I'm not going to pitch you guys anymore or go into that garbage, but I just wanted to put that out there just to let you guys know that's why I don't do slow motion videos or talk about specific things. I do try to give you guys some information so that you can use this on your own. And I hope you guys can respect that and kind of see where I'm going. And I know I'm leaving you a little bit in the dark, but anyway, let's go back to this. This is Power Ranger, good stuff. So, as you can see, I've been flipping it around a little bit. It helps when you're drawing something over and over again, and you're staring at it over and over again, what kind of sucks is that your brain and your eyes get used to what you're looking at, and things start to meld together, and inconsistencies or things that look weird or wrong, they don't really pop out as they normally would, like as if you were to look at somebody else's piece of art for the first time. So really quick trick in Photoshop is you can just flip the image, literally like canvas flip. I have that mapped to an F key, so I can, anytime I press that F key, boom, it flips the image. If you're not using a computer and you're using like traditional means, the one thing that I don't really do, I tried it and it wasn't my bag, is some people, they'll take the page that they're working on or the paper and they'll flip it upside down. I don't like doing that because, yeah, it does look like a whole new image, but I don't know about you guys and girls out there, but I can't really draw upside down. I just got accustomed to drawing as the image is going. If I'm drawing upside down, I don't know, I feel like it's weird. But if you guys can swing it, go ahead. Another way, and this was probably it's not the cheapest, but just get a mirror and put the mirror beside the page and just look through the mirror, and it flips the image right there. It takes some getting used to, but you'll be able to see things pretty quick. And way back in the day when I had a really awesome art teacher show me some tricks, that's what he always did. He always had this little mirror that he had at the side of his table, and it was just within arm's reach, and you'd see him flip it over every now and then, just look at it, maybe make an adjustment, flip it, keep going back and forth. So when I was doing comic book pages traditionally with a pencil, I did that all the time, even right from a thumbnail, just to see composition and stuff. So here I'm going to be working on his morpher, and what I decided to do was use the pen tool. And again, research how to use the pen tool because it's pretty powerful. What I did is I just made one side of it, copied it, flipped it. Now I'm going to make it again, copy and flip it again. And I'm just having a little bit of trouble because, you know, I'm not fancy or getting too crazy with the pen tool myself. Sometimes it does, you know, bug me quite a bit, but you just got to try to work through that. So I copied and pasted it and shrunk it. Now I'm putting his little power coin inside there. And the beautiful thing about a pen tool is you can make it as big or small as you want. It's not a big deal. There I went edit warp just to give it a little bit of a bend and just start erasing some of the lines there. In the next video that I will be posting, I will be finishing this after I'm done recording the audio for this and uploading it to YouTube, is I will be going to the inks. I will say, the line art here might look a little different than when you guys have seen previous videos of mine. The reason is this is a 600 DPI Photoshop image, and what I'm going to do is try to take this image, open it in Manga Studio, and ink it in there. So doing a lot of the heavy work and adjustment and all that stuff that I feel comfortable in Photoshop. And I've talked to you guys about this before, about ideally being able to work in Manga Studio 100%. And I think this will help me make that transition a little cleaner. So in the next video that I put out there, it'll be the inking of the Red Ranger here, but it'll be totally in Manga Studio. And that video should be coming out, probably put it out next week. Maybe on the weekend, since it's a long weekend and some of you guys and girls might be at home. And I know school's starting, so, you know, if you are going back to school and you're going to art class, awesome. Hope you learned some cool stuff there. Listen to your teachers. And remember, you're not there for a long time. You're there for a good time. So try to sponge as much stuff as you can. And here, this is the boring stuff, just making a contour liner and everything. And the reason for that is it makes it easier for me to do the inks when we jump into that. But anyway, stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Keep reading comics. Keep making comics. And we'll talk to you next time.